We're at the Activities Center at the French Lick Resort in French Lick, Indiana, and we're going to see about renting a bicycle. Maybe some electric bikes. We'll see, but they have all kinds here. They have these Surrey bikes that seat several people. And these are the electric bikes, looks like. Looks like some of these might be charging up. They have nice soft seats. Somebody might have gone off-road with this one. It's kind of muddy.
And then you want the electric bike?
Yeah, we each do.
So they're $30 for that one.
Okay.
That's fine.
Where we're at, so you'll cross the
Yes,
street and you'll stay on the sidewalk, you'll go to the right and you'll go through the big blue lot, and then instead of going this way, they're doing construction over here, so you'll go up through the other lots, and right when you hit the green lot, you'll go over the bridge. There's going to be some gravel, so we do ask if you're on the e-bike to slow down and either stay to the right or the left, because there is some like dips in the middle and you don't want to hit those really hard. And then there's going to be another little bridge right about here. Then you'll cross the street and you'll go around. Do not go into the woods over here. Just keep going straight until you see both brick roads, and you can either go right and go around or go left and go around.
Okay.
Then it brings you all the way back here.
For the actual part to make it electric, you're gonna hold this M down, which I'll keep it on for you guys, and it shows up here. And then these are buttons right here, and you can see that right there it changes speeds. So it goes up to 20 miles an hour.
Okay.
So on number 5, that's the highest, and then when you go down, normally I can go on 5, but some people stay like 3 to 4.
I would want the very lowest.
Yeah, and then you can go to 1 and it'll take you very slow.
Okay.
You guys have an hour from when you leave to bring them back.
Okay.
If you're a couple minutes late, it's not a big deal.
Should you stay off of the sidewalks, or you're okay to...
We ride on the sidewalks.
You ride on the
Yes.
sidewalks, okay. We're on the electric bikes, and we're over here by the railroad, by the train. So we're just gonna drive around the property. So here we go. These are a great way to travel. Up there is the casino, a little bridge to go across. We're going to go over to the West Baden Springs Hotel. There's a little bit of gravel here. Watch out for the gravel. We've got the golf course on both sides of us. Got a few little bridges along the way. Here comes some traffic. So every once in a while you might have to stop and then cross the road after a car goes by. Now we're back on pavement. There goes one of the shuttles that goes back and forth between the French Lick and the West Baden hotels. But this is a beautiful day to be out here. It's sunny, upper 70s right now, and there's a little bit of a breeze. Great day for taking a bike ride. We're in a pretty area right here with the forest on either side. And it looks like there's some new trees they planted. And along the trail here, which is a walking, running, biking trail, there's a little bench. And they did tell us that it's okay to ride on these trails, on these pathways. That's what they're for. They're for everybody, no matter how you're getting where you're going. Of course, if you're on a bike, you should yield to walkers and runners, give them the right of way, and be respectful. This is pretty amazing. I like all the little street lamps they have along the way. And the bike has several different speed settings. I've just got it on 1. We both do, so we can just relax and enjoy the ride, take in the scenery. But you can get it up to level 5 and go about 20 miles an hour if you want to. But this is fine for us right now. And you can put it on level 1 and don't use the throttle, and it will still give you an assist in your pedaling and make it easier to pedal. There's, looks like a railroad bridge over there, and maybe that's the trolley bridge. And we're coming up here to a bridge at an intersection, and I can see some of the West Baden Resort. I can see the dome. And we're gonna go across that and get back on the sidewalk over there. The sidewalk here is kind of narrow and it's kind of high up off the street. So we're just gonna ride on the cobblestone here all the way up to the hotel. It's a little bit of a bumpy ride, but not too bad. We're gonna come around the corner here in a second and get a good view of the resort. There it is. It's a very cool place. We're gonna come up here to the bell stand. We're stopping here to pick people up to take them over to the French Lick Resort. And if you're staying here, this is where you drive up to and unload your bags. And before we head on back, we stopped here for a little bit just to take a break. And you can leave the bikes here and they'll watch over them. We're heading back now to French Lick. This is a beautiful resort. We'll be coming back over here on the trolley to look around. And this is where the e-bikes are kind of nice anytime you're going uphill or if you just want to go faster. But these e-bikes make it super easy to do. And if you just want to pedal, you can turn it all the way off and use the gears over here, and it's just like a regular bike. So now we're headed back into the wind, and this is also when it's nice to have an e-bike. If you have a strong headwind like we do right now, and they provide the helmets for you, helmets are required. And it's also required to sign a waiver and present your driver's license. So you have to have a driver's license to rent one of these. And of course, that means you have to be 16 or over. Bit of water down there. See us both there. And we're headed back to turn our bikes in. And that was pretty cool. And our hour has gone by pretty quickly. And we had a few people ask us about these bikes. Because apparently they're brand new this year. They just got these. And I'd say they're a hit. Looks like the whole bike only has 17 miles on it, so they are pretty new. And what was the only thing we thought about the bikes?
The seat sits too high on this particular model.
These are good sized bikes, very sturdy, a little bit bigger, a little taller than some as far as the seat post goes.